Hello, everyone. So I saw this news rather about last week, but okay. I just didn't, I just looked at it, I shook my head, I went on. But it keeps repeating itself, and it's been going on. So I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, is it really true? Is this fake news or whatever? But let me just take this thing on, and I'm going to talk about other issues also in relation with this video, especially where they keep saying to us that, oh, activists don't make good politicians, activists don't give good governance. But meanwhile, see the politicians we have, they are destroying the country, they are not giving good governance. It's men that are mainly there. Nobody is saying politicians are not giving good governance. Nobody is saying our politicians can't be in government, they are not supposed to be, they don't do it. Nobody is saying men cannot be in government, they are not supposed to do it. No, it is the ones that might have something to come and do and help that they will always find a way to separate us, to becloud our minds, to make us feel that, oh, these people are not going to do anything, they are just talking. If they are all the same, you hear people say they are all the same. Even if they put you there, you will do the same thing. That is the thing that people use to justify the nonsense that is going on in our country. And I always say, even if the person is going to do the same thing, put the person there. When the person does the same thing, remove the person, change it with another one. Keep changing. If we have to keep changing every 4 years, keep changing until you begin to get good people, and even parties begin to know to feed only very competent candidates that are going to work for Nigeria, to the extent that it is not even only you citizens that will be holding people elected into office accountable, but even their own parties will be holding them accountable, because they'll be saying things like, don't make us lose the election, no, don't go and make us people to not vote us. Let the power come back to the people. This particular picture that I saw, it talked about a local government, that the wives of the local government of DC traveled abroad to go and have meetings. You could see them working, having fun, laughing, taxpayers' monies. Let me just read. So this is Masuzafi at Masuzafi on Twitter, now known as X, saying this. He says, she said, in a totally unrelated matter, and following the footsteps of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a controversial trip where 21 wives of Adamawa State local government chairmen traveled to Turkey for a week-long leadership training funded by public resources amid a Supreme Court ruling in July 2024 granting financial autonomy to Nigeria's 774 local governments, which is intended to enhance governance, but now criticized for enabling such expenditures. Monies that are supposed to use to make the lives of the people better, to give people good governance, to change the lives of the people, are now wasted on funding extravagant lifestyle for public office holders and their spouses and their children, their families and loved ones and what have you. And this is something that we've constantly seen. When money is just there, it's not being used. This particular local government chairman that are sending their wives to go to Turkey to go and learn leadership, program, if they were doing something, if they had so many projects that they're even looking money on how to do, they will not be thinking, they will not have excess money that they're going to be spending on frivolous, trips that really add no value to anything. This trip occurs in a state where 76% of residents live in multidimensional poverty and unemployment exceeds 33%, with local government workers unpaid since August 2023. This is 2025. So for over 2 years, this is September 2025. For over 2 years, there are some local government workers who have not been paid for over 2 years. Yet, wives of local government chairmen are going on extravagant trip to Turkey in the name that they are for leadership training. What leadership training are they doing there that they cannot do in their respective local governments, that they cannot come together in Adamawa to do it? Even coming to Abuja is a waste of time. Why don't you carry it, instead of all of you going there, whoever it is that you're going to meet there that is going to teach you, why don't you carry the person, invite the person, bring the person to Adamawa, let the person come and teach you people as you are there? No, it is easier. Use public resources fund this trip, give them allowances. Of course, they're going to get per diem, and then they'll go there, have fun, shop, and you could see them, laughing, really fun. They've enjoyed themselves and or enjoying themselves, and that is it, for them. Let me repeat this trip occurs in a state where over 76% of residents live in multidimensional poverty and unemployment exceeds 33%, with local government workers unpaid since August 2023 and retirees awaiting gratitude from the early 2020s, raising questions about resource allocation based on data from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics 2023. The justification by Suleiman Tongo, chairman of Tongo local government area, that the training equips wives to advise their husbands contrasts with a 2021 World Bank study showing effective local governance in developing nations correlates more with direct community investment than spousal training, suggesting a potential misprioritization. Some of these things, when you read about them in Nigeria, you just get wicked. You get to a place where you're saying to yourself, are you really wasting your time? But that's what this thing is supposed to do. When they keep hitting you with different things, it always looks as if, oh, this thing is impossible, nothing can come out of it. But it's a lie. Indeed, something can come out of it, and something is already coming out of it. Where citizens are speaking up more, are coming out to speak out. One thing I want every one of us to understand is that thing they tell us that, oh, activists don't make good politicians, or they don't make good leaders, then they will be using Adams Oshomole as example. I've never heard where people say lawyers don't make good lawyers, they don't make good politicians, they don't make good leaders. Wike is a lawyer. Is he not a lawyer? There is no profession that is not represented in the Nigerian, politics, and a good number of them have been in office. If they're the one that are engineers, they've been in office. Whatever career you're going to call it, they've been there. It hasn't labeled those professions, but they are quick to come and say, oh, activists are, why? Because they are afraid for that place where they're going to be a crossover where activists are saying, instead of us always pointing out the problems, why don't we go in and solve the problem? And they don't want that to happen. So they're already preparing your mind and telling you that activists, do not do well in government. If there's one thing that I've been working on, I'm continuing to work on, is getting as much people who are in advocacy activism to get into politics. Because most people, it is politics they actually want to do. But because, of course, this whole thing about politics being a dirty game, so at the end of the day, nobody really wants to be part of it, and everybody is staying away. And that's what exactly these incompetent politicians who have no empathy, who have no integrity, who have no character or capacity, that's exactly what they want, so that they drive everybody away from it. Then they can sit down and own that space and be doing whatever it is that they want to do in that space. I know it's very difficult. I know, you rather not want to be in that place where you're begging people for vote. You rather not be in a place where you are having to work with everybody, because as a politician you have to work with everybody. You can't pick and choose. As an individual, I can say, I don't want to talk with this person, I don't want to relate with this person. But as a politician and a leader, you have to relate with everybody. These are things that are quite hard and quite difficult. But let me tell you, all of us, one thing: at the end of the day, if we don't get into politics, if we don't fix politics will continue to destroy our lives the way it has been doing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.